2019 Max Rando Zelda 2 Randomizer tournament. This is a Swiss round race between jkoper and RoseCitySaint. I believe these guys are both 2-0 right now. Good start to the tournament for these guys. They're gonna get going here shortly, and we'll see what Max Rando has to bring us this evening. Like our runners will be getting ready shortly. We'll get this thing going. Alright, the race is off. Guys, we'll go and we'll see what sort of stuff we have here. Raft, boots, like a two gem seed, raft, boots. They're both getting several levels right away. Raft, boots, flute. Sure. A dead end side to Death Mountain there on jkoper's side. No spells this time. Looks like we have P-Bag Cave over here for RCS. jkoper ran across Great Palace there. So it's possible that we won't even have to go east in this seed, theoretically. He's definitely being generous with experience so far. Wow, 500 P bags everywhere. The hammer's in the west. There was a hint on jkoper's side. He's heading into Lifetown here. And then the 200-point red Dyrus. Of course, RCS got a Nerf P-bag there. RoseCitySaint coming in on Medicine Cave here. Get a look at another item. Magic key. It's possible that that'll be useful this early in the seed. If there was 2 or 5 on RoseCitySaint's side, he had walked in there before, I think. Shield Town on jkoper's side. And RoseCitySaint is going to roll into Jump Town. jkoper picked up fire and jump. I had missed jump. Like RoseCitySaint is taking a quick peek into Death Mountain here. And the Magic Container Cave on jkoper's side. And the Koreas really don't want him to trespass here. Boomerangs everywhere. Surprised the game could keep up there. Like this might be the Heart Container Cave for RoseCitySaint. Oh no. Hammer for jkoper. Get back out of there. jkoper's got jump. He's gonna go find downstab. I'll definitely give him a leg up on the combat here for a while. And then he'll probably get a spell hint just in case he needs that later. Medicine is in 4. He's gonna hope that he doesn't have to dig for that one, I'm sure. That back end of Death Mountain. RoseCitySaint gets his hint about the hammer. jkoper, that was 3 or 6 there. King's Tomb, no hint there. RoseCitySaint will pick up, I think this was jump? Yes. He picks up jump. jkoper going digging in the swamp here. Nice job avoiding enemies. There's a pocket up here, there's a palace. This was 5. I think RoseCitySaint found that earlier. jkoper does have the hammer though. He's gonna find the trophy cave. RoseCitySaint's gonna walk in here and get his fire spell. I don't think we know what it's linked to yet. Kid in trophy cave. jkoper's going Medicine Cave. I know RoseCitySaint was in here earlier. I don't remember now what he got out of the deal. Teabag maybe? Oh no, it's the magic key, that's what I just forgot to mark it. jkoper's gonna up A out of there. RoseCitySaint will find his Guria cave, magic container cave, all the lag. All the Gurias, all the boomerangs. Get his hammer. jkoper has gone east. He's in Old Kasuto. Let's see what spell he gets out of that. Fairy spell. jkoper will be happy to see that one. Alley of Death right there. jkoper's just gonna dive right in. RoseCitySaint hits the other hammer blocked, a rock blocked cave here. I don't think jkoper hit this one. One jkoper hit was the trophy cave. jkoper's gonna do some counter skips here. Gonna play it a little safe there. RoseCitySaint picked something up there and I didn't see what it was. jkoper was thinking about a suicide there, but he opted for another try at the counter skip. RoseCitySaint gets his down stab. jkoper with a quick fairy feat. I think he's pretty used to the one frame taps with as a also a good Zelda 1 runner. Right, jkoper's gonna dive into a palace. RoseCitySaint gets that hint. Medicine in 4. I didn't exactly see which palace it was that jkoper entered here. It might have been 1? Find the item room in it. Teabagged though. RoseCitySaint finds his trophy cave. He'll get the kid out of that deal. Go straight into old Kasuto and he'll get his fairy spell here. Yeah, chat confirms Palace 1. Looks like RoseCitySaint's gonna chase him into Palace 1. Valley of Death. RoseCitySaint just gonna ferry right through. Like they have plenty of life. Counter skip here. Gonna try to play it pretty safe with The eyeballs. Jkoper finds a horse head here. He'll take one of his 2 gems. Place, I should say. RoseCitySaint entering Palace 1 just as jkoper finishes it. jkoper gonna save that experience for a level. Diving back in, maybe he just wants that extra 100 experience for the level. Hey. And jkoper takes his level and exits. RoseCitySaint is going to find that P bag here. Not what he'll be looking for.
Hello, Q Lane, joining in after just finishing the last game there. Link, how are we doing here today?
Hey, Lane.
See, we have RoseCitySaint, jkoper right now with a 2-gem seed, with a bunch of things right now. This looks like it's going to be a really fast seed for whoever finds their thing.
Yeah, jkoper finished Palace 1 and RoseCitySaint is on his way. They really started with a bunch of items and no spells, so...
They're going to be looking for towns after they beat the Ross, and hopefully they'll get the Thunder spell. I guess that's really the only one they completed. Looks like they started with Fairy spell. Or got it really quickly.
They got it just before Palace 1. When they went east, Old Kasuto was right by the bridge and had the fairy spell.
Not too bad.
Yeah, it's kind of looking like it might be a race to the glove.
It almost always is in a lot of seeds here. Especially with the fewer like gem count seeds, usually it is finding just the one item there. The glove being the big one. Both players though are rocking the usual Link sprite here, not playing with any of their avatars. I like Link the best, I think. Second best is Simon Belmont, the Castlevania one.
Oh yeah, I mean I think it looks good, but I think with the just placement of whatever, I'm not one that I want to use a lot.
I played with it enough where I've kind of learned the hitbox of it, but yeah, some of them are confusing to learn the hitboxes of some of them. They're all the exact same. It's just the look of it is a bit deceptive.
Right, and I think like Samus in particular is one that's that way.
Yeah, like Samus with the weird morph ball down stab thing there.
The one I really like actually is the Zelda sprite.
Yeah, the Zelda one is handles almost looks and handles almost exactly like Link does anyway, so.
Yeah, tons of experience in the seed, experience everywhere, 500 bags dropping.
So there shouldn't be anything that's really going to stop either of these players. They're both good enough to pretty much pummel through everything. It's just more of how quick can they do it.
I think they started with the 7 containers, and the life levels have been pretty decent. So yeah, surviving isn't really an issue here, but I think finding the glove is.
Is this our player's first time over to the east now, or they've been there before?
I think it's still the first time. I don't know that they've died since they've come over here. They've been over here for maybe 10 minutes.
Oh, it looks like Rose is going to be checking with Three-Eyed Rock.
jkoper found the desert tile there when it wasn't too useful. Yeah, Palace 2.
Does he have an hint for something inside Palace 2? I'm just kind of wondering why he's choosing to dive into this dungeon right now without the glove.
Well, I think actually this is a good play because it's fairly unlikely that the Palace is glove blocked, and this would be his second Palace because he did finish one. So even without the glove, I think Great Palace is reasonably close to the start of the game. So maybe you look for an item here.
He reflect to go to Palace 4, and Palace 3 and 5 and 6 are probably going to give him the same issues. Well, Palace 5, it's a big dungeon.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if you happen to be able to complete 2, if you make a play for a gloveless seed.
And well, I guess while you're running to look for the boss in Palace 2, there's always a chance you'll run into the item room. And oh, look at that! Here's the boss, anyways. Lucky RoseCitySaint, and he's super sick today. Look how sick Helmet Head is. I think jkoper picked up a small pea bag in the item cave there. I wasn't too sure. I think he did.
Okay, I wasn't looking at that one. Yeah, so we'll see if he dives straight for Great Palace here, or if he digs back for the item into the quick up A.
I don't think RoseCitySaint is gonna dive into the Great Palace. Like he said it before, like he always likes looking for that glove even before thinking of going in there. But maybe, who knows?
Firetown for jkoper. Yep, straight to Great Palace. Gotta try it.
I guess he just wants to run into a honeycomb room so he can feel comfortable leaving right away. Otherwise, he's always gonna be worried that someone else is just gonna jump into the dungeon and beat it while he's looking for the glove, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good room to see right at the start, because now you know you really need the glove.
And I really like that play. I think that's a great play by RoseCitySaint because, I mean, look how much time it cost him. It cost him like a minute tops.
Yeah, it was on the way anyways, whatever. I didn't see what spell jkoper got here, but we're probably going to find out in a moment next time he opens his menu.
I imagine he'll run through and do 2 here as well.
So jkoper got Thunder. Alright, we have one of the probably required spells. Which really does mean the only item, or the only thing he needs now is the glove.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. Usually when I'm trying to look for an item, I don't really have an idea. I like to just kind of make my way over towards Maze Island. It has 2 item locations there. RoseCitySaint finds one of the item caves on the east side of the lakeside here. So we'll see which one this is. This might be the one that jkoper got.
Yeah, I think so. Yep, there's that pea bag. Yep, and into Helmet Head for jkoper. Horsehead had a ton of life, and Helmet Head had hardly any.
I'm not sure. You can't kill Helmet Head in one hit, regardless of how much attack you have, right? As long as he still has his helmet on, like, you still need to bop him a few times to knock his helmet off before you can kill him, right?
I'm not sure that's true. With a low HP roll, maybe?
I should just go make a seed and give myself, like, 9,000 attack and just whack him and see what happens. Oh, we got Blue Iron Knuckles as drippers, so they're only dropping the 100 experience, not the 300 or 500 experience that he probably wants.
Yeah, I mean, there's been so much experience this seed. It looks like he's just got a couple hundred, though, so I think he was probably just gonna grab one and then go. Oh no, he just wanted to get past his threshold so he could get a bonus.
And he's gonna cash in the crystal now.
Oh, that's a huge hint for RoseCitySaint.
We got Maze Island! Why is the glove?
Yeah, RoseCitySaint is gonna make a beeline for Maze Island now.
Stopping for those hints in the bathhouse. Very good play by RoseCitySaint here. Even though that's probably where he was already going to head off to as one of his next destinations, I'm pretty sure, but...
I think jkoper is going to go item hunting in 2, which not the worst play. Usually 2 is one of the shorter ones for items, but we just happen to have just gotten that hint from RoseCitySaint to know that he's going to be burning time here.
The only thing I'm wondering, or possibly worried about RoseCitySaint here, is if he doesn't look for the town tip, where if he doesn't try and pick up any more additional spells, doesn't get his Thunder spell, and it turns out to be the sea that is required. But he's played this game enough, so he knows his odds and his chances and what he can do to get through and ahead. So we will see.
Yeah, he's probably still better off trying for it and then exiting Great Palace if he finds he needs it.
We haven't seen any of the drops, and he's covered a lot of ground in this Maze Island. Fire Fairy is a nice spell to have. Pretty cheap way to give yourself some maneuverability to move around these encounters. So jkoper is going to be faced with the same decision as RoseCitySaint. Where is he going to go? Has jkoper been to Nukasudo to get that hint yet, or has he found Nukasudo, jkoper?
I thought he was in Nukasudo at one point, but I don't know if he got all the hints.
Then. But RoseCitySaint does find the glove. He's immediately going to be dodging over to that Great Palace.
Alright, great palace for RoseCitySaint. We'll see how this one looks.
Well, I don't like having speckled background walls for my dungeons. But it is a nice shade of a color that blends in, I guess, with the background, so it's not too bad today for RoseCitySaint. But he'll be making his way through Great Palace here. Hopefully, he won't run into the Thunderbird. Or maybe for us, actually, hopefully he does run into the Thunderbird. Give jkoper a chance.
Yeah, it looks like he'll have at least a couple options, so... I mean, even without the hint, Maze Island's gotta be coming up on jkoper's list, probably.
Did they start with the raft as one of their items, or is that just in one of the early locations they found?
They did start with raft. They did both do...
this could have been a really fast seed. I guess, yeah, correct. You just head right over on the raft, grab the glove on Maze Island, hop into Palace 1 and 2, and then right over to Great Palace.
They did both do a fair chunk of stuff on the west before going east.
jkoper finds the first magic container of the run, putting him at 5 magic containers. That is kind of nice. But I don't believe RoseCitySaint's gonna have any real difficulties with his magic. It's not like he has to worry about casting thunder because he doesn't even have thunder.
Right.
As long as he just uses his fairy spell to fairy through every single room and shield, we'll be fine.
An Eon drop here.
We had the last seed earlier, without spoiling who won. Not taking the Eon drop led directly to Dark Link. One nice day you didn't want to take it.
Oh yeah.
Who knows? Maybe Dark Link's like right here.
Another drop room.
That's pretty good. Have we seen 3 drops or just 2 drop rooms so far yet for Rose? I think we've just seen 2.
Yeah, we saw the end of the L7 room, but not the drop side.
So 2 drops left. 1 drop will send them a little bit back. The other drop, who knows?
I think there was also an up elevator towards the beginning that he didn't check.
It's possible the other drop could take him back for around the start somewhere. We'll see. Well, I'm not exactly sure what jkoper is looking for now, what item location he's going for. Like I said, even if I wouldn't have gotten that hint that the glove was in Maze Island, I would have probably gone over to Maze Island just because there's 2 free items always over there.
Let's find New Kasuto.
Okay, well, he's coming back to New Kasuto, then maybe he has like the spell or something that cash in. We'll see if he goes in the house and talks to the bat for the hint. wasn't a very nice P-bag there on the spell house, but we knew it couldn't have been really anything else. RoseCitySaint does find one of the other drop rooms, sees a bunch of chickens in that room, is like, I'll deal with that some other time.
Yeah, he knows there's a chance he could drop into the L7 room. Finds the Thunderbird room though.
He has 2 or 3 paths left to check before he's yeah, he has 3 areas he can go now before he has to go that way. So 4 choices total for him, I think I've seen so far.
Now left at that fairy room. There was a left after, or there was an up and left, and there was an up early.
Well, this seems like the room he wanted to find, so this could be Darklink right here, or it's gonna probably put him close. Oh,
that might have put him back to the left he didn't want to take.
And we saw the thing by the fairy room. It's gonna lead us to one of those. Maybe, hopefully, Darklink.
Oh, it was the fairy room.
I'm not sure exactly how RoseCitySaint found his way over to Maze Island, but jkoper's been kind of like circling the same area, just kind of like again and again and again.
Yeah, I thought it was up by some water.
In the northeast.
Oh, that looks like a good waffle room. Like jkoper stepped into a palace here. Quick item room in 6.
You know, that's probably the best possible scenario for him that he could have hoped for, even if it's not the item he's gonna want. Very fast item room in here, Palace 6. When do you ever get, like, first room freaking Rebo in Palace 6? Never. I think jkoper's gonna go right back to Nuka Pseudo with that magic container and cash in for, I think, the 6 jar item. Might be what he's doing. Lots of practice, Shiv. Lots of practice.
Yeah, it's more that Kulain joined late and I didn't update the commentary on the tracker.
We had like 5 games scheduled today, so I was just finishing off one game, jumping to the next one, and there'll be and for anyone who's wondering, I believe the other game got started as well with Trail Z versus the Amazing Toaster. So after this race is finished, we can shovel some people over to there while we also wait for another race tonight. We have 5 races, with only I think 2 of them finishing so far.
I think one of the races got rescheduled, but yeah, definitely a good day for racing.
All the Zelda 2 max Rando you could ever hope for.
Oh, fun room here for RoseCitySaint. Doesn't even bother with the extra life.
He's got no time to take care of the kids. Just gotta go, you know.
Is he just down to the one left that he hasn't explored now?
He has the Thunderbird route and the one left, I believe, at the ferry room. Meanwhile, jkoper just grabbed the shields, though, I believe, right? Yeah. I'm not sure if Rose went left from this room here, where he fell in there, but there is going to be the ferry room just up the elevator here you can check.
No, I think you're thinking of a different part of the palace. He dropped into dead end room. But I don't think he did this up. I think he peeked up here and then decided to take the left from the drop room. Or I guess the second drop was right or left. And he took that left instead of this up and left. So
jkoper's still mulling over whether Maze Island exists or not. Maybe it was all just a dream. He's found all, like, the other overworld items, I believe. Like, is he looking for one last item cave he's missing? Like,
I think he's looking for a path to Maze Island.
I almost want to just kind of, like, pull this back and look at RoseCitySaint, how we got to Maze Island, just to kind of, like, it just seems to be tucked somewhere annoying. But either way, RoseCitySaint is probably saying to himself, I need the Thunder Spell very fast.
Yep, that definitely puts him in the hunt for Thunder.
Thunder was in Nukasudo. Oh, wow. RoseCitySaint was in Nukasudo. I believe he just picked up the hint from the bat for, like, the glove and immediately bailed out of Nukasudo the moment he got the hint. Didn't even stop for the spell, which would have given him the Thunder Spell there. Trying to go too fast like that will burn you sometimes.
Yeah, he definitely knew. He went straight for Nukasudo. So.
Well, thankfully, this was the first town he knew to go back and check. And so he will get the Thunder Spell here. Now, whether he can use it at 4 magic containers is another question. Maybe he needs to find, like, a 5th magic container at magic 5. That's a way to draw the seed a bit further for this.
Yeah, I mean, I think he might consider trying to grind a magic level too, just because experience has been so good. Oh, 62, he's good.
Just barely able to cast Thunder. Well, they've got you've got 64 MP at 4 magic containers, so I'm not sure what you mean by it'll be 63 shift.
I think 63 was probably a guess before it came across on stream. RoseCitySaint is gonna know where he's going here, though, so.
jkoper has resigned himself to the fate of Death Mount, and we'll see how long this journey is going to be. Rose has seen pretty much, I guess, the majority of the dungeon anyway, so after Thunderbird, there can't be too many rooms or paths left, so it should be pretty quick to finish it after that, I believe. There's not going to be any other drops. I think he's seen all 4 drops. No random shenanigans to really throw him around. jkoper does find the hammer cave. Doesn't take him too long to find this cave. See what's inside here. It's really not much it can be other than just a heart container, a magic container, or a pea bag.
Her RoseCitySaint got bodied by the blue chicken knight there. Bit of a roughy on room that time around.
That blue chicken ain't allowing any links into the hole. Oh, that gives jkoper his 7th magic attempt. He's gonna go back to New Casino, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna make a gamble on this. Yeah, he's gonna run right back to New Casino.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I guess it means he's closer to Maze Island on the east. Maybe jkoper, after he grabs the spell here, will check the last person for the hint, the bat.
No, he just up A's out of it.
jkoper doesn't like to do anything I suggest here. Meanwhile, RoseCitySaint has found his way back to the Thunderbird. He doesn't have enough MP to cast that with this.
No, definitely not. Plenty of lives, though.
And he's even got either 2 or 3 hits. So it's not like he needs shield or really anything else. RoseCitySaint at attack 5 is not going to have any problem with this boss.
Yeah, I'm beginning to wonder if maybe it was a pass-through cave or something, but I thought it was just across water or something to get to Maze Island.
They both have the boots, like...
Yeah, they started with boots.
It's not like there's anything that can possibly stop them from getting to it in the logic, it's just I'm missing how to get there. But I guess jkoper is gonna look for Spectacle Rock. He doesn't want to go into dungeons, I guess, looking for the glove. Might as well check the last overworld location.
And right into Dark Link for RoseCitySaint. Like you said, not much Great Palace left.
That's it. GG, RoseCitySaint, first place. Let's grab his time here.
into RoseCitySaint.
Yep. First place with a time of 53 minutes and 29 seconds. Probably like one of the fastest. That's a pretty fast time, I guess, for this round right now. We'll see if he wants to join us in the chat here in a moment. RoseCitySaint always does, so.
Yeah, I think there were some other sub hours in this tournament so far, but it's a pretty decent time.
And the funny thing is, this could have been a lot. This would have been about maybe close to 10 minutes faster if RoseCitySaint had just kind of walked over and picked up Thunder Spell when he was in New Kasuto right there, so we didn't have to do all the re-wandering around the dungeon. You could probably finish this around the 40-minute mark.
Yeah, because I mean, there's a chance that you would have killed him before you explored everything else. You had the spell, especially with that much life.
So RoseCitySaint has confirmed that he will be joining us in a moment. We do see Spectacle Rock on jkoper's Base Island here, but getting to it does not look very fun. I saw like only about one entrance leading to it. Hopefully there's more.
Hello, how you doing?
RoseCitySaint.
Congratulations on your win there, RoseCitySaint.
Thank you very much. Not a super challenging seed, but you needed both the things, you know? You needed Glove, you needed Thunder. You didn't start with either. You're kind of obligated to go to GP, you know, with, you know, when you first clear the palaces, and then you see you need Glove, you go back. Yeah, I did 100% full clear, and I mean like 135%, and then you discover you need Thunder. But I got really lucky, I thought, when I left GP, when I realized that T-Bird was required, it took me all of about 35 seconds to stumble right into the town with Thunder.
I only have one question for you, Rose, and then Link can take over the rest of the questions. But when you went into New Kasuto, you got your hint from the Red Bat that the Glove was chilling over in Maze Island. How are you feeling at that moment in time right now? Because that is a very nice hint to receive in the race, even though it caused you to miss Thunder. But
yeah, I gotta say, it actually made me nervous because the Glove is, I mean, Maze Island is an obvious place to look for the Glove, and I could see an opponent just making a beeline for the maze anyway, just pressing east as far as they could anyway, just knowing that there's 2 items on the maze. And so, you know, on one hand, I was very relieved to have the hint, and that felt good, but I started to wonder, I started to doubt, am I going to be the first man to the Glove?
I guess that invokes a second question, because jkoper never found his way over to Maze Island. Neither of us saw him got over there. He's checking every other location, though, in the game. Even he's in Death Mountain right now. So I was wondering, how did you get over to Maze Island? Did you have to take some kind of like secret route to get over there, or did you just walk over?
Not at all. It's a straight walk. I took no pass-through caves in the east whatsoever, and the only one that you needed in the west was just that, you know, Parappa cave that took you straight to GP. Yeah, there's nothing tricky about this Maze Island. There's a roadway that sort of dissects the map that leads you straight to the coast, and then if you take one step forward from that path, it puts you into a very unusual water, like a bridge encounter tile, even though it blends in with the rest of the ocean. So you would have to have the, you know, foresight to step around it, but you know, jkoper is a very experienced player. I'm sure he would know that, but it was just a very strange map oddity.
jkoper just finished exploring pretty much the overall, all the items in the game except for Maze Island. Just found another P bag under Spectacle Rock there in Death Mountain. Believe with that, he's just GG, and second, the extra G is for the glove.
Yeah, that's right. So I assume then that he never saw the hint in Nabaru or whatever for the that the red
He picked up a lot of hints, but the one hint he didn't pick up was the red bat hint there with the glove location.
Yeah, he was in there earlier and actually had Thunder first, but he wasn't grabbing hints in New Kasuto. And he hadn't come across Maze Island. I think maybe he was looking for it there for a little bit, but kind of skipped around.
I gotta tell you, I would personally at least look for Maze Island and take the Maze Island items first before I even thought about Death Mountain. At least in this particular case, I'm a little surprised because in a game where you start with the boots too, you know, even if he found a different way than I did to access Maze Island, it should still be pretty accessible.
Well, he's doubling down now because he finished Death Mountain and he's moved into 5. So
yeah, that hurts. Something must have happened. You know, he's a very experienced player. My only speculation is that he saw something on, like he missaw something on the overworld map.
Yeah, maybe he thought that dead-ended, that path around there dead-ended or something.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that the path to get through was only one tile wide, and he might have just literally just looked at it wrong and thought that it was sealed off or something like that. Because there was really nothing especially tricky about reaching Maze Island in this one.
He's gonna get his item in Palace 5 now. I arrived here a bit late, like 20 minutes into the run, but by the time I got here around the 20 or so minute mark, you were just finishing, I believe, your Palace 1. jkoper had just finished his Palace 1. Maybe he was slightly ahead at that point, but you both had all just about cleared the West. Like, you were doing like the same things mostly. You both went and did Palace 1, then 2, and then after that, you kind of split off and did whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a little too thorough for my own good in Max Rando. I sort of start off every seed assuming that you're going to need the glove, so if you don't start with it, I feel like I need to comb through the items.
How can you say that? You dove into Great Palace without the glove. I know it was just a check and everything.
Right, exactly. It's just, you're sort of obligated. It's just called doing your due diligence. I would have bet my bottom dollar that the glove was required, but like...
Yeah, we were saying...
Yeah.
That, even, let's say the glove wasn't required, Dark Link was just the second room in there, and you're just spending the entire seed looking for the glove, well, that would really kind of suck right there, so just walk in until you get to a honeycomb or something.
Yeah, and so I knew it was going to happen. In fact, when I entered GP without the glove that first time around, I am just telling myself, please just let me run into a waffle room nice and early, so that way I know I have to turn around. Like, I didn't want to have to get, you know, multiple rooms in and get really invested and whatnot, and then find out that I need to up an A. I was happy to see it was the first room. I said, good, great, grand, wonderful. Let's go look for a glove.
Well, jkoper found the item in 5 reasonably quickly, and he jumped into 3 and found that item pretty quickly. He is running out of spots to check.
Is it possible that he's mismarked a tracker maybe and thought that he has the Maze Island items? I would be doubling down on that before I dove palaces, but that's just me.
There's a lot of possibilities. Maybe he thinks that he did. Maybe he was probably practicing some seeds earlier in the day and you get some overworlds confused. There could be any number of things.
That's an excellent point. I like to try to avoid playing any other races earlier in the day. If I know I have a tournament match coming up, I do sometimes fear seed confusion if you run multiple games in one day. If you're playing casually, you know, that's not a big deal, but for something like this, try to avoid it. Better safe than sorry. He just walked past the hint for glove.
He's done that a few times right now.
There's the Maze Island he was looking for.
Oh, yeah. ... in the IRC.
Yeah. That finding Thunder very early for him might have hurt him, because that kept him out of Nabaru and kept him away from the glove hint.
Oh, the glove hint was in Nabaru. I thought the glove hint was in New Kasuto. I was getting mixed up with where the red bat was. So the red bat's in Nabaru. All right, the Fire Town.
Yeah, that's correct.
These hints, I never figure them out.
It's let me tell you. I suppose that all those NPCs that give hints have an equal chance of dispensing a hint, but just in my personal experience, I think that's the first time the red bat ever gave me one. He doesn't seem to like to, spill his guts.
I've run into that red bat a few times. I don't think I've gotten any good hints off of him.
Yeah, and I certainly never got a useful hint like a game changer like I did tonight off of the red bat.
Anyways, Rose, does this put you up into, I believe, the 3-0 territory now?
Yeah, it does. I've been fortunate so far.
Yeah, I believe you're King of the Hill. I'm not sure who is our other 2 zeros going at it right now.
We got Alan Heffley is also 3-0, and the last match to determine the 3-0, I believe, started about a half hour ago. That's
with
Trails
Amazing
versus
Toaster and Trail Z. They're on Randomania 2 right now.
That's correct. Yeah, and that match will determine the third and final 3-0 heading into round 4.
And I don't know, I should tell people to head over to that seed right now, because it looks like a 0-gem seed. But, yeah, all I have to say is congratulations on your win. I'll see you next week, RoseCitySaint. I'm not sure what else I can add here.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it, and thanks for joining the match, Glenn. You did double duty tonight, so that's awesome. And thank you, Link7, for making the restream possible. Appreciate it, guys. Always a pleasure.
Just make sure to follow our runners and commentators. I like to follow people following the commentators one. But yeah, follow RoseCitySaint and jkoper, runners of this race.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, guys. I'm gonna head out now. Take care.
Later, RCS.
All right.
See ya. jkoper's in the Great Palace now. He has Thunder, so it probably won't take him too long to finish up. Because usually when you find the Thunderbird room, you don't just, like, if you have the Thunder and you have the means to fight him, you usually just fight and kill him right then and there. It's not like he's gonna walk away from that.
Yeah, I guess it'll just be interesting to see if he fights Thunderbird as soon as he comes across him, or if he checks out the rest of the palace first. With his levels, I think I'd say fight, but...
Oh, you just fight at any levels, huh? Thunderbird did seem to have, like, a decent amount of health today for RoseCitySaint with his attack 5, but, like, 3 hits to life bar? Oh, not too bad of a fight. At attack 5, jkoper will go through that a lot quicker at attack 6.
Ouch. Chased down in that drop.
Can't get away, can't go down. They just won't let up, those birds.
This is where the meta's gonna lead him astray.
I don't think jkoper's gonna go against the meta or anything. He's not gonna like take a random left somewhere. He's gonna keep doing his rights.
No.
But he is on the right path, leading towards Thunderbird, I believe, anyways, so...
No.
No?
You gotta take the left at that last drop.
Alright. So he may have one more loop of the dungeon to go. He's got all this magic, he just doesn't know how to use it. Probably wishes he had Life Spell.
There's the dead end. I think the up A there was actually a bad choice.
Because yeah, the logic of the game means that after you would have known that Thunderbird would have been left in that room where you fell in, were trapped in that section, or...
Well, not really yet, because I think there was this up after this waffle room that he hasn't checked, so I'm sure that's what he was thinking, was take that up.
Yeah, he's going up that path that I looked before. I don't blame they skipped that path earlier. These fun rooms, you always save them for last, right?
Sorry, what was that?
I said I don't blame jkoper for skipping this room. You always save the fun rooms for last.
Yeah.
But jkoper does pick up the one-up as opposed to RoseCitySaint, he was just like, I got no time to worry about a kid. jkoper's like, well, I guess I got all night now.
Right. Who knows when you might need that extra life? I mean, this seed was pretty generous on lives and experience and everything, but...
It's like, hey, you have some, like, pretty good... Yeah, RoseCitySaint here, like, pretty much the best player, and jkoper's no slouch either. Why don't we just, give them Victor's seed from the other night, where they just have, like, one freaking heart? It's like, nah, they can start with 5 or 6. Do you know if there's a maximum count of projectiles that can be on screen because of those chickens at once, or like deload themselves?
Well, I mean, there's a limit where once you get to a certain number, you start lagging like crazy. But also, I mean, the NES has a sprite limit of 64. So.
But I don't know, like that sprite limit, how everything it like calculates for those sprite limits. Does it calculate like all these like pillars and everything's around, or just like the enemy fireballs or something?
Well, so I mean, like the characters, you know, if you're talking about it in that way, the characters are multiple sprites. So Link is probably 6 for sure.
Right.
And like a Chicken Knight would probably also be 6. So you know, if there were a couple Chicken Knights, you know, right there, that's like, you know, 18 of your 60, and then I don't know exactly how the internals of the game work, if they've reserved slots for certain things or whatever, but yeah.
Like, the vanilla game itself is never going to be in a situation to really ever, like, crash your game or have, like, the number of things on screen to really test that. So you can only really see that in the randomize when you get, like, these kinds of enemies on screen. With their projectiles and all popping up to add additional clusters to the mess.
This will take him right to the fairy room. I think that's this loop.
Which means he's getting closer to the right track here. I believe Thunderbird is up here, so he's on the right path, meaning like the next room or so, it's gonna be the bird.
Yep, there he goes. Plenty of lives, though.
Yeah, jkoper's only requiring 2 hits to take off a bar from him. Rose had to hit him 3 times for each bar, pretty much. A little bit of difference there between attack 5 and attack 6.
Nice easy T-Bird fight. And then he'll roll right into Dark Link here.
Like, he knows he could have finished this seed so much faster. Like, had he just peeked up into that Maze Island, this could have been a very different race. Like,
Yeah, for
half
sure.
an hour, or like close to 40-minute difference here of time if he would have walked up to that Maze Island a bit sooner. Because he picked up the Thunder, I think he had almost everything around the same, like everything on the same time as RoseCitySaint as well. Except for the glove. GG to jkoper. With an SRO time of 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 11 seconds, jkoper finishes in 2nd place tonight behind RoseCitySaint. I believe, so this is going to put jkoper at the 2-1 now. It's still a fairly comfortable position to be at in the tournament, but not going to be taking the 3-0 like Rose tonight. Not sure if jkoper's gonna join us, but maybe. We'll see.
see if jkoper wants to stop in for a few minutes.
Yeah, so he's gonna join us here. Welcome, jkoper.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You got my sound off?
Yeah. I guess Link will take you, I guess, through the start of the seed here.
Well, I mean, really the only thing that happened of note in this seed is that I got tricked by the map, and I've played this randomizer enough times to know that that happens. You gotta watch all edges of the map, and
we were wondering,
that was
yeah,
the biggest difference.
What was the reason why you weren't going to Maze Island? We were trying to think of like all these different ideas. Like maybe you were playing like a seed earlier in the day and you thought you already went to Maze Island, among other things, or you just didn't find like the path just to walk up because you did have the boots and everything.
Right. No. Yeah. I guess you guys just missed it where I went there and I walked up to the end and I didn't test the water. Apparently, I thought I did. I thought I tried to go to the right, but I guess I did not.
Yeah, and that was like a weird thing where there was a bridge tile in that water in your way, so you kind of had to go back into the water.
But yeah, that was irrelevant. I mean, I didn't see the bridge tile the first time. That would have just told me that I was in the right place.
At about the 25-minute mark of the race, I guess you both were very similar in that you had cleared palaces 1 and 2, had found pretty much all the same items, and you were just starting to explore the Eastern continent.
Mm-hmm.
RoseCitySaint managed to actually find the hint for the glove in Noboru. The red bat had the hint for the glove being in Maze Island, which really helped and tipped him off to run off straight off over there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I missed that. Where's the red bat?
I think it's in like the first house you can go in Noboru. It's in one of the houses, the Fire Town.
In Firetown. It must be in... I went in the first house. It must be in a later house.
I think it's further west. You know, if you exit Firetown to the left.
I didn't go to the west. I had seen so many hints already and, covered so much ground that I didn't think hints were worth it, but apparently that one was. I mean, I was trying to get to Maze Island anyway. I tried for a long time. That's why I went through every connector twice on the east continent. I just... I got, messed up by the map. So, whatever.
I guess after trying to look for Maze Island for so long, not being able to find it, you decided to double down on looking for other item locations on the game, like going into Death Mountain.
Right.
And,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I got every other item.
And yeah, so. I mean, you actually had like a pretty quick 5 and 3 looking for items.
Right.
6, what was it, Palace 6, you walked in, first screen was the Rebo of Palace 6.
Yeah.
To get the item room. But.
Yeah. All the items were relatively quick compared to what they can be.
But even still, yeah, just getting that one hint for RoseCitySaint, knowing he didn't even stop to get Thunder and Nukasudo, he had to come back there later. It cost him about 10 or so minutes. But, yeah, he just ran immediately over, just hogging, looking for that Maze Island, and just dove right into GP after.
Yeah, well, it would have been a really interesting race if I would have just walked to the right there.
Yeah, I mean, even without the hint, I mean, if you happen to see the bridge instead of, just the edge of the water, then, that would have been a place you'd have checked much earlier.
I mean, yeah, I just try, how Maze Island works in this game. You just try to explore the whole East Coast, and you get to any part of the East Coast that you can until you find the maze. And I thought that, I tried to walk to the right from the top, and I thought I had tried from the bottom, but I didn't. And that was the difference in the race.
Yeah, it was kind of more from the middle.
Yeah, I mean, Anywhere from the bottom. The whole bottom section was what you walked to the right from. It just extended all the way up towards the middle.
All right, so well, with this, it puts you, I believe, at 2-1 now. You're no longer undefeated in this tournament so far, but 2-1 isn't, I guess, so bad. Because you're still 2 wins ahead. You don't have 2 losses here, so you still have good chance of moving on.
What? No, I'm already moving on. You just need 2 wins.
That's even better.
Yeah, it is.
But all right, well, I guess we'll be seeing you around in your next week match. See you get scheduled against. I think Alan might be rolling the last seeds tonight. Oh wait, no, he said another game got rescheduled or something. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so the race is postponed. So
we'll still have to wait another day or two until we get next week's race results. But otherwise, GG to both of our players, RoseCitySaint and jkoper.
Right. Thank you. Thanks for the restream link. Thanks for the commentary, Kulain.
Yeah, nice race, guys.
At the moment, I think we have 2 other races going on. Or actually, we had 1 race. The Trail Z versus Amazing Toaster has already finished.